The Dodge Durango keeps soldiering on for 2026 with a full lineup of engines, from Pentastar V6, which is now back, all the way up to the 710 horsepower Hellcat. Let's take this three-row family Dodge SUV through a New England winter and see how it's still performing. To illustrate how old the Durango is in 2026, this is riding on a chassis from 2011. That was the Mercedes-Benz ML that debuted on the Jeep Grand Cherokee from 2 generations ago, back when Daimler Chrysler was the thing. But still, even though those bones are really old and it's been refreshed twice, the Durango is just a cool looking truck. And I can guarantee you there's nothing else in that school pickup line that's gonna look anywhere near as hot as a Hellcat. All the over-the-top and exuberant flair is here on display, just as it always was. Loud colors, big wide stripes, brake calipers in any color you want, essentially. Dodge is saying there's over 13 million ways to order a Durango, even though there's not 13 million of them right now that's ever been sold. Still, there's a lot of combinations to customize yours, and this truck is just, really, it's just fun to look at. I still think it holds up well. The interior also is good. The vehicle definitely has showed its age. I will say that it's not the freshest looking, it's certainly not the freshest driving on the market, but there's something special about a vehicle that's not from a luxury brand that has a V8 engine. Dodge is really punching above its weight, and I think their styling still holds up. Ever since this truck was refreshed for 2021, it looks crisp, it looks clean, and really, if you're getting one of these, you're really looking badass. The Durango was all V8, but now it's all of the engines. The Pentastar V6 is back, the Hemi V8 is back, pretty soon the 392 is gonna be back, that's the 6.4 liter Hemi, and the one I'm driving right now, the Hellcat. Everything is back to where it should have been. So I'm driving ultra slow because I've got a Hellcat on all-season tires on some pretty densely packed snow and ice up here in Vermont. But this truck is absolutely capable in the winter with the right tires, because really there's so much power available, you're not going to get stuck. It's quite possible though to go off the road in a Hellcat. But in any Durango, the all-wheel drive system is very capable. You got an 8-speed automatic transmission. I really would avoid that Pentastar V6. It's an old engine. Yes, it's cheap, it's tried and true, but it does not move the Durango with the speed that it really needs for a vehicle of this size and weight. So avoid that. If you're going Durango, you're probably gonna go Hemi anyway, and that's what the bulk of the trims are now for 2026. Else, if you're not getting a Hellcat, the ride is always gonna be a bit stiff because that 392 kind of operates the same way. And the regular GT, not so much. That is definitely more agreeable day to day. Doesn't have any fancy adaptive dampers, nothing like that. But every day I think it's a good commuting car. Plus that 5.7 does have cylinder deactivation, but it's not set up like the Ram 1500's e-torque system. So if you're looking for mild hybrid capability on a Durango, you're not gonna find it, not even now. The good thing about a car that's so old is that when it's based on an older Mercedes platform, those platforms are so well engineered, they certainly were back then, that it holds up so well. Dodge has really minted money off of these Durangos. They said 2025 was the best sales year they've had in 20 years, which to me is absolutely crazy. But the vehicle sticks around because it basically gets all the touch points right. You get the price, you get power, you get space, and you get police, because a lot of police departments across the country love to get themselves a Durango. Everything in a Durango is right where Dodge put it many, many years ago. The seats, the analog controls, and even while this dash was redesigned for 2021, the screens are fresh, I like all the analog controls in here. I do. Hard touch points. Sure, the materials can and should be better at this price, but I'll take it. The Uconnect system on this latest Durango, it's actually the most modern part of the vehicle. And if you get a Hellcat, I just love that there's helmets on the front and rear of these climate icons. Who doesn't like to play around? And plus, there's SRT performance pages, because your family SUV needs to have a dyno on it, and line locks and all that great stuff. So much fun customization on here, because this truck is truly something special that not even the luxury brands offer. So hats off to Dodge for keeping this crazy thing going. Lots of vehicle apps are nice and sorted here so you can quickly arrange them. Hard climate controls below here, that's nice. The fact is that this is all really nice and legible, and it operates pretty quickly. The Durango keeps this small central digital instrument panel here that you can go through with the steering wheel, We've got a high of 11.5 mpg, which is good, I will say, for a Durango Hellcat. Your mileage might vary with some of the other trims. Certainly not with this one. Plenty of information here, plus analog gauges flanking it on either side. Lots of room in the second row, not so much in the third row. When the Durango came out, it was among the bigger midsize SUVs, but these SUVs keep getting larger and larger all the time, so it does feel like it's smaller. In truth, it's the same size, everyone else is just growing. Now here we've got heated outboard seats, climate controls up here that really are off old Chrysler Town and Countries, I think, but hey, it's all working back here, and it's definitely livable for 4 people. Behind the third row, there's 17 cubic feet. When that row's folded, 43. When everything's folded, 85. The 2026 Dodge Durango starts at $39,000. That's for the GT with the V6 engine. If you're getting the Hemi V8, which most of these trims are, that starts at around 44. If you're going up to the Hellcat, you're leaving at least $80,000 on the lot, if not a whole lot more when you're talking about this jailbreak edition. The Dodge Durango is not the best choice if you're shopping for a midsize SUV, but it is the most unique. Having V8 engines, 3 of them, all very special sounding, their performance on this big truck, and how it really obliterates vehicles costing way more, that's what makes the Durango so exceptional. The normal trims, maybe not so much if you're at the starting bottom line with the Pentastar V6. Then I'd say go for a Honda Pilot or something similar to that. But if you're going V8 and you don't have to have a luxury brand on the front of your grille, the Durango really is your only choice, and it is still a good one. Now, what do you think? We've got so many other SUV reviews, so go to CarGurus.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.